Hello, dear friends. As you can see, we are at school, which means today we will be escaping from Mr. Stinky.
Yeah, hello everyone. But first, we need to get out of the classroom. Crazy Mr. Stinky has hung our photo on the board and written that we're noobs. We need to prove him wrong.
We'll gladly do that. I think we'll manage it easily since we're real sheriffs. Let's activate the fire alarm and escape before anyone comes.
Sheriff Labrador, we have many tough challenges ahead, but we need to save our strength for the final boss battle.
Oops, it turns out he was very close the whole time. Looks like stealth isn't an option. Run!
He's looking at us so terrifyingly, with such a beastly smile. He's about to catch up with us. We need to speed up.
Did it seem like he pushed us with his belly? Maybe he's just trying to scare us or play with us. He probably just wants to see how we handle his challenges.
Ha ha ha! Why did he fall asleep? All right, better not take any chances.
Looks like someone before us tried to escape and stepped into this strange green liquid. I hope it's not snot.
Better snot than acid, I suppose.
We're climbing into the ventilation. We need to hold our breath to avoid choking on the dust.
Now we're gonna do a little parkour. We all remember that you're a professional at it, so I'm sure we'll pass through it without any mistakes. Looks like he's already awake. I hope he doesn't attack us now.
Just look at how creepy it looks. Why did he drill through the wall and peek at us through a hole instead of just setting up a camera?
Brr, very spooky. Maybe he thinks this will scare us and we won't be able to continue.
He won't scare us like this. We face scarier things. We just need to ignore him and focus on reaching our goal. We need to figure out how to open the gates.
I think those two buttons should open them. The question is whether we need to press them separately or at the same time.
It would seem unfair of the developer to make a door that can only be opened together. Well, we'll find out soon when we press the second button.
How much money and time do you think went into creating all these trials? He's really crazy. Why did he need to create all this just to watch crying children?
Great! The door opened. I think he spent around $500,000 in about 6 years on all of this. But we can't say for sure because we haven't seen the other trials yet, and I'm sure they'll be even more elaborate.
Oh, I've seen this trial somewhere before. I know what's coming next.
It's possible he's conducting these trials and observing us to learn our weaknesses and defeat us in the final battle.
Good theory, but right now we need to focus on not getting hit by the laser. Listen, I don't quite understand lasers in games and how they can disintegrate things, because I've never seen such lasers in real life. Only those you can play with a cat or aim with a weapon.
Dobie, there are lasers in existence that are very powerful and used in materials processing or furniture manufacturing. Their strength allows them to cut through various objects.
Got it, thanks. Look, this guy is suggesting that we take some secret path. I'm not sure if we should listen to him or not.
Well, I think if it's a trap and we get killed there, it's not a big deal, because we'll just respawn and continue on the normal path. Plus, it's very curious to see what's there.
It looks like a giant suspended platform. Maybe we're about to have a boss battle. But why did that guy say it's a secret way?
It seems like all we can do is press this red button.
On the count of 3.
Let's go!
All right.
It seems like the button really spawned the boss. He looks like Mr. Stinky, but with legs made of sewer pipes.
And under his body, there's a large gear. What could that mean?
Maybe Mr. Stinky likes steampunk, and that's why he made a robot copy of himself. It even knows how to throw its hat. Perhaps it has artificial intelligence built in?
Given the advancement of technology, it's possible, but the problem is that Mr. Stinky is 1,000,000 years old and wouldn't have mastered such technology. However, considering how crazy he is, we can expect a lot from him.
Just a little more HP left for him. The key is not to get too close so he can't reach us with his hat.
Yes! Ah! That was a bit exhausting. He was too strong. Or maybe they gave us too weak of a weapon.
All right, what's next? We defeated him and they didn't even give us anything? What nonsense. Maybe they'll at least leave us the weapons.
Phew! I wanted to go back but accidentally jumped. No big deal. They'll respawn us now.
In the end, that guy just blatantly tricked us. He probably wanted to laugh at us failing, but something didn't go according to plan. Did you notice that the edges of these books have spikes? That's very dangerous.
And there were also some balls with spikes. They looked a lot like viruses. I hope we didn't get sick from being near them.
I think we almost ran into a spiked mace. I didn't even notice it when I was jumping.
Oh no, it's Yellow-Toothed Larissa. Grab the weapon and shoot her in the eye.
Listen, so that means she's Mrs. Stinky. Because her breath smells bad, looks like she hasn't brushed her teeth in a long time. Fate! I hope she at least takes a shower.
And she also has terrible makeup and an ugly wart on her face. So it all makes sense now. Mr. and Mrs. Stinky are dating. Very interesting.
Hooray! The second boss is defeated. After the video, we'll need to celebrate our victories.
Sheriff Labrador, do you remember how we saved the town from the approaching tsunami?
Of course, Dobie. I remember every day of our teamwork. Sometimes before bed, I recall many of our adventures together, and it warms my heart instantly.
That's wonderful. Let's tell this story to the guys then. After a long day at work, Labrador and I finally boarded the bus heading home. We were tired, but satisfied with a job well done. Suddenly, through the bus window, we noticed the sky darkening, and the sea began to rage. Taking a closer look, we realized a tsunami was approaching our town.
Without hesitation, we jumped up and asked the driver to stop the bus. The driver, seeing our determination, complied immediately. We rushed out of the bus and ran to the nearest police station to raise the alarm.
We knew time was short. At the station, we contacted local authorities and warned them of the impending threat. All services were immediately mobilized to evacuate people from coastal areas and reinforce the dikes.
I took on the coordination of the evacuation. Alongside firefighters and rescuers, we began going door to door, warning residents and helping them quickly leave the danger zone. Meanwhile, Dobie organized barricades and directed transport for evacuating people.
The work was intense, but coordinated. The townspeople acted quickly and efficiently, following our instructions. The tsunami was already approaching as we completed the evacuation and reinforced the last dikes.
When the wave hit, we were ready. The high barricades and reinforced dikes withstood the force of the water. The town remained intact, and the residents were safe.
After the tsunami receded, we inspected the town. The damage was minimal thanks to the quick response and collective efforts of all services. The residents thanked us for our prompt action and rescue.
We returned home with the sense of having accomplished something truly significant. A saved town and the grateful faces of the residents were the best reward for our hard work.
Guys, if you enjoy our stories, be sure to write about it in the comments because we have plenty more to share.
I hope this guy won't interfere with us now.
It seems he's really getting in our way. Ugh, why did he stand up there and not move? There's no space as it is.
Let's remember another story about the cunning plan of the raccoons so we don't get too upset.
We went outside to investigate and saw strange glowing objects in the sky, resembling UFOs. These were devices disrupting the operation of electrical appliances, and their origin remained a mystery until we received a message from local residents who had seen raccoons placing something suspicious in the sewers.
We realized that raccoons, known for their cunning, had been planning this scheme for years, aiming to bring us back to the Stone Age. It posed a serious threat to our town, and we had to act quickly.
Gathering a team, we descended into the sewer pipes where we discovered and deactivated the devices disrupting electricity. It was a dangerous mission, but thanks to our unity and professionalism, we managed to succeed.
Look, we've reached some kind of cup. I think it's a trap. It can't be this easy. Someone is probably going to ambush us now.
Well, what should we do? Let's take it.
Yes, we were right. It was actually predictable. But the fact that this cup is our weapon is amazing.
How did Mr. Stinky make this robot? I wonder if it's hollow inside. But it's pure steel, so it must be very heavy. You have to be careful it doesn't fall on you, or it'll crush you flat.
It's possible it's not even a robot, but a giant suit. Maybe he's sitting inside it and controlling it.
Oh no, I didn't expect his attack to kill in one hit. It's okay though, everything's saved, and he's down to less than half HP. We'll finish him off quickly now. Let's go.
I didn't quite understand. He has another attack where he jumps, but just in case, I jump too. Maybe it's his lethal ground wave.
Yeah! Great job, Labrador. It seems that was the final boss. We can safely leave this cursed school now.
I hope they let us keep this cup. Besides reminding us of our victory and the effort we put into overcoming all the trials, it can still shoot. I would like a weapon disguised as a regular item. It could save someone's life.
And when you hold it in your hands, you run very fast. Probably because you feel pride in your victory and gain motivation.
Thank you for the support and for being a good conversation partner, Dobie. Without our teamwork, we wouldn't have made it to the end and wouldn't have been able to defeat the final boss.
Thank you too, Lab. I really enjoyed this place. Guys, if you know any other interesting Roblox places, be sure to write them in the comments so we can check them out.
Thank you guys for watching our videos all the way to the end. Well, our video is coming to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you all later.
Hello, dear friends. Today, we're going to escape from an evil dog in Roblox. It's right behind me, but it's asleep, so we're safe for now.
Hello, everyone. Ahead of us are thrilling challenges and boss battles. By the way, if you know the name of this dog, be sure to write it in the comments.
Sheriff Labrador, let's jump on his belly.
Let's do it, but we need to be ready in case he wakes up.
Don't worry about that. I think he stuffed himself and watched TV all night.
It seems we need to get to the ventilation, but there's a small parkour course. Good thing I've been practicing parkour since school.
Oh no, you broke his mom's favorite vase. It seems like he's sleeping soundly. I hope he doesn't notice the shards when he wakes up.
We'll quickly sneak through and escape.
Great, now we need to overcome this giant room.
I see some metal platforms ahead. We need to press the button.
What do you think these trials are for in this dog's house? I don't think he's the one going through them, although they would be good physical exercises, which promote health.
Wow, look, it's a zip line. I used to ride one of these when I was a kid. Maybe it's all to ensure that no one can reach him and disturb his sleep. But here we are, trying to escape from him. Why he kidnapped us is indeed strange.
Look, he has a wife and kids. Why haven't we seen them?
And on the picture on the left, his friend is depicted Talking Tom.
I have a theory that we've entered a universe of talking animals. Perhaps this is a kind of hell, because no one would like to be forced to talk, especially to say exactly what you don't want.
Exactly. And that's why he built these trials, to get as far away as possible from the fate of endless talking. Now we just need to find the others and figure out why we were kidnapped.
That's a possibility. It could be that they kidnapped us to replace them in conversations, so they can be free. Or perhaps they feed on other animals, and that gives them the ability to talk.
Or maybe they're just a little bit crazy.
This option is worth considering too. Let's focus on getting out of here and finding out what's really going on.
It looks like we need to climb into the ventilation system. This is the transition to the next location. Hopefully we'll encounter some new characters along the way.
It seems you're right. There's Talking Tom standing there.
Oops, he fell.
Get ready to run. I don't think he has good intentions.
Have you ever seen the Tom with red eyes? He looks like he's ready to flatten us like pancakes.
It feels like he's about to shoot lasers from his eyes. What if he really can do more than just talk? We'd need some interesting superpowers for detaining suspects then.
Why did he hide around the corner? Did he think he wasn't visible?
Perhaps he's a little dumb or just sleepy and not very spatially aware.
He has such funny teeth like a child's. You know, for some reason, he seems even cute to me.
Maybe the environment is starting to affect you. I hope you won't turn into one of them right now. Did all this hypnotize you or something?
I don't even know. I hope I won't get absorbed by this atmosphere. If something's wrong, let me know.
Of course. Back in the ventilation again. We already dealt with Tom. Let's see who awaits us next.
Looks like a children's room. Maybe it belongs to Ben's kid?
You guessed it. It's a girl. I wonder what her name is, and if Ben's children are facing the same fate of constant talking like he is.
While you were talking, we fell right into her paws. Why did we get teleported back? I don't think she's as mean as Tom right now.
I think so too. If she wanted to bite us, she would have already gotten out of this grid. It has huge gaps between the bars.
Oh, so we found out her name is Lily. I don't see her brother's room here. Very strange. Is there any point in keeping them so far apart? Guys, write in the comments if you have a brother or sister, and if you share a room together.
Yeah, what if something happened to her brother, and here we are just casually talking about it? Also, perhaps this is precisely why everyone has gone mad and thinks we killed him.
Dobie, you're back to inventing theories again. It's only distracting us from the main goal. I think things aren't as bad with this place as you imagine.
It seems we've entered the central ventilation system, which provides oxygen to the entire complex. We could leave a surprise here.
Let's tell the guys the story of how you and I saved the city from the animal pirates instead. This story began when rumors started circulating in the city about strange events. Animals began behaving unusually, as if under the influence of something invisible.
Many of them fell into a strange trance, and some even disappeared without a trace. Labrador and I began an investigation, and soon discovered that behind all this were animal pirates who were planning to take over our city.
Our suspicions were confirmed when we discovered that the animal pirates had struck a deal with a company from another city to help them create a device capable of controlling the minds of those around them.
These pirates were cunning and well prepared, with a clear plan, and the backing of another company made their threat even more serious. We realized that if we didn't stop them, our city would fall into their hands.
The local scientist helped us determine that their device emitted a sound at a frequency inaudible to animals, but capable of inducing hypnosis and controlling them. We realized that standard methods of fighting crime wouldn't work in this case. So, we decided to create a device capable of absorbing sounds at a frequency that regular animals couldn't hear, and that could help us locate and destroy the enemy's device.
Creating this device was challenging, but we collaborated with the scientists to overcome the task. When we finally completed it, we set out to search for the pirate device, which was hidden somewhere in the city.
We roamed all the streets and alleys listening to the surrounding sounds until we finally noticed a strange signal that our sound-absorbing device picked up.
Oh no! Looks like he woke up and saw that we escaped. We headed toward the source of the signal and discovered the pirate device hidden in the basement of one of the abandoned buildings. We quickly dealt with the pirates' guards and destroyed their device. Thanks to this, the city was saved from capture, and the residents could sleep peacefully.
Yeah, we were awarded the Order of Bravery and even featured in the news. How I love my job. And you?
I also love my job very much. Being a sheriff is very exciting. Every day we face many trials and adventures, which gives rise to more and more new stories. It seems like even a whole lifetime wouldn't be enough to tell you all of them.
Ouch! The ventilation grill collapsed under our weight, and we're tumbling down.
In real life, falling like that would hurt. Your tumbling down reminded me of how I went sledding down a snowy hill during my winter vacation. It was a lot of fun.
I also plan to fly to a snowy country for my next vacation and thoroughly enjoy the beauty of nature and the cozy atmosphere.
And in the meantime, we've reached another parkour section, but this time someone has set up trampolines for us. That's very kind of them. Without the trampolines, I don't know how we would have climbed so high.
Just a little more, and we'll reach that button. I can't wait to face the main boss of this map. I think it will be Talking Angela since we haven't seen her yet.
I think it will be Talking Ginger, because I haven't seen a female main boss yet, and we also haven't encountered Ginger yet.
What kind of nuclear reactor does he have in his complex, and why does he need it? I hope he doesn't plan to destroy all living things.
You know, Labrador, sometimes I wonder how we both ended up on this path. I wonder what led us to choose the profession of sheriff.
Yes, Dobie, that's indeed an interesting question. I remember being fascinated by stories of heroes protecting their towns and loved ones since childhood. Especially inspiring were the tales from my grandfather, who served as a sheriff in his town. How about you? How did you come to this choice?
For me, it all began when I was a teenager. I always loved helping people and felt a desire to do something meaningful. One day, I met a sheriff who came to our school to talk about his work. I was so impressed by his stories of protecting people and maintaining order that I immediately realized, this is my calling. Remember our first operation together? We didn't know each other that well back then, but even then, we felt like we could rely on each other.
Yes, it was a test of endurance and we passed it. But you know, Dobie, I think being a sheriff is not just about skills and abilities. It's also about the desire to serve your community, to be part of something greater.
Well said, Labrador. We chose this profession because we wanted to protect and assist. Every day, we reaffirm our choice by seeing how our work makes the world a bit better and safer.
So, here we are, at this moment. We've reached the door behind which the main boss of this map awaits, and we were wrong about the main boss. It's actually the giant robot, Ben.
Let's shoot him right in the teeth.
I'll try shooting at his legs. Maybe that's his weak spot and he'll fall down.
What a coward Ben is. He didn't even bother to put up a fight at the end, and just opted to make a giant combat robot.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's sitting in his chair right now, either asleep or watching TV with a mug of coffee in hand.
I hope it's not something stronger than coffee, and he's probably watching some football while we're here sweating. That's not fair.
Hooray! Congratulations to us. Leave us some congratulations in the comments. And now it's time for us to leave this crazy house of talking animals.
Hold on, but aren't we also talking animals? Maybe it's related to our abduction. They wanted us to be part of the app about talking animals too. Guys, would you play such a game?
You're back with your scary theories again. Look, our motorcycle won't start. It would be funny if it ran out of gas.
Guys, it's time for us to say goodbye. We hope you enjoyed our escape from the talking animals.
Yes, don't forget to leave comments, like, and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Also, check out our other videos and let us know what else you'd like to see us play.
Looks like duty calls. off we go to another adventure.
What's happening again? I hope it's not an attack by the giant robot Ginger.
No, Angela.
Goodbye. Hello, friends. It's me again, Sheriff Labrador, and today we have a special episode.
Hi, everyone. Yes, Sheriff Labrador, I am already excited.
Together with my loyal partner, Sheriff Dobie, we will tell you about the most beautiful and challenging mode in Roblox. Escape the Carnival of Terror Obby.
This mode is simply incredible. You enter a mysterious and eerie carnival full of dangers and unexpected twists.
Let's start from the very beginning. As soon as you enter the game, you are greeted by a spooky carnival lit only by dim lanterns. Dangerous traps and evil ghost clowns patrolling the area are scattered everywhere. Your task is to avoid them at all costs.
Exactly. The first stage is a maze of inflatable castles. You need to be very careful and quick not to fall into the clown's hands. I advise you to watch your step carefully to avoid the traps.
Yes, and that's just the beginning. Next, you will face the mirror room, where it is easy to get lost. The main thing here is to remember the path and not to panic. Mirrors can be deceiving, so don't let them confuse you.
And don't forget about the Ferris wheel. It looks beautiful, but inside it is full of dangerous mechanisms. You need to be very attentive and not stop, so you don't end up in a trap.
We need to go through these rusty pipes. Oh no, the fire touched us. We'll have to start over. And of course, we can't forget about the final part, the escape through the horror attraction. This is the most challenging part, where you will have to use all your skills and agility to reach the exit.
Friends, this mode is truly amazing. It is not only challenging, but also incredibly beautiful. We are sure you will love it. We are now in the very heart of the Carnival of Horrors, in the house of the Clownity. Just look at this grim place. We have to complete a parkour over old stinky pipes, and below us lies an abyss.
Yes, this is really frightening. The stinky pipes are not just a test of our agility, but also a true test of endurance. The foul smell is awful, but we need to focus and move forward.
Watch your step, Sheriff Labrador. If we slip, we'll fall into that bottomless pit. We need to be extremely careful and watch every step we take. Let's take this slowly and steadily.
Good plan, Sheriff Dobie. Do you see that narrow pipe ahead? We need to jump onto it and then move along the wall. The key is not to rush and to maintain our balance.
Great, I'm ready. Go ahead, Labrador, you first. I'll cover you. This is probably one of the toughest stages in this mode, but we'll make it, right?
Of course, Dobie. We're a team. Okay, one jump, then another. Carefully. Got it. Now it's your turn, Dobie.
Got it. I'm coming. One jump, another. Yes, I did it. Now we need to walk along this narrow pipe. It's slippery, so hold on tight.
Now we are in the scariest part, the torture room. There are saws everywhere, and we need to somehow make our way through this madness and get outside, where the clown's amusement park awaits us.
Yes, this is a real nightmare. These saws spin so fast that one mistake could cost us our lives. We need to move very carefully and precisely time our actions.
Look, Dobie, the saws move in a specific pattern. If you watch closely, you can catch the moment when they stop for a split second. That's when we need to dash through.
I made it through too. Can't you see me? Wow, look at this beautiful amusement park. The Ferris wheel, roller coasters, and so much more.
We're now running away from the scariest clown in this carnival. He wants to turn us into his dolls, and we urgently need to find a way to escape. Look, ahead of us is the Ferris wheel. That's our chance to get out.
Up, up! The clown is still behind us. Let's go, Labrador. We can do this.
Yes, we're at the top. What a view! From here, we can see the entire carnival. The clown won't catch us here.
Phew, that was intense. But we did it, Labrador. Now we're safe.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us likes. It's the best gift from you that each of you can give us.
For subscribing, I'll tell you a secret story. Our adventure began when we received an urgent call to the amusement park. Who would have thought that a giant dinosaur would appear in this creepy carnival and start wreaking havoc?
Yes, when we arrived, the scene was just terrible. The dinosaur knocked over the Ferris wheel, and it started rolling towards the sea. We realized that if it wasn't stopped, there would be big problems.
The first thing we did was try to get the dinosaur's attention so it would stop destroying the park. Labrador, do you remember how we used loud noises to distract it?
Of course, Dobie. We started sounding sirens and launching fireworks. It worked, and the dinosaur temporarily stopped. This gave us some time to figure out how to stop the Ferris wheel.
The wheel was almost at the sea when we realized we could use construction cranes to hold it back. We quickly climbed the nearest cranes and started moving them towards the wheel.
It was tough, but we made it in time. We stopped the wheel and it ceased rolling. Meanwhile, the dinosaur started moving towards us again.
We knew we had to act quickly. While Labrador was dealing with the wheel, I went to find a way to calm the dinosaur. I found a big net and some strong tranquilizers. Just in time, we managed to sedate the dinosaur before it could start destroying everything again.
It was a real team effort. We saved the amusement park and prevented a huge disaster. Friends, always remember that in such situations, coordinated work and quick thinking are crucial.
Yes, Labrador, we did it! Friends, if you liked our story, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We are always ready for new adventures in the world of Roblox and are happy to share them with you.
Whoa, Dobie, this portal has teleported us to a new location. A volcano is erupting around us and lava is flowing beneath us. This is insane.
Yes, Labrador, this looks very dangerous. We have to be extremely careful. Look, there are many fire traps and challenging parkour ahead. We need to be quick and precise in our movements.
Right, Dobie. Let's start by carefully observing the trajectory of these fire traps. We need to understand when they activate so we can dash through between the bursts.
Look, the first trap activates every 5 seconds. We have to wait for the right moment and quickly dash through. Ready?
Ready. 1, 2, 3. Now. Great, I made it. Your turn, Dobie.
Here I go. Now! Who made it? Look, ahead is a narrow bridge over the lava. It looks very fragile, so we need to move slowly and carefully.
Keep your balance, Dobie. Look straight ahead and don't look down. We can make it if we're careful. One step at a time. Great, we're almost to the other side.
We did it, but there's another big fire trap ahead. We need to wait for the right moment again and dash through quickly.
Right, let's focus. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now. Whew, that was close, but we did it. Next, we need to jump over the lava flows.
Labrador, look, these platforms are moving. We need to time our jumps correctly to avoid landing in the lava. I'll jump first. Now! Great! I'm on the platform. Your turn.
Hey, here I come. Jump. Made it. We're doing great, Dobie. Just a few more jumps and we'll reach a safe place.
Come on, Labrador. Just a bit more. Jump. And another. Yes, we did it. We made it through all the fire traps and parkour.
Wow, do you see how beautiful and spooky it is here? It looks like someone is having a party. So, shall we go to their house? This clown hasn't had enough of us yet, and now we're going to play some mini games from him. Wish us luck, subscribers. Dobie, remember the story about the clown park? Recently, we were called to the clown park. There were rumors that everyone who visited the clown's room disappeared without a trace. We decided to investigate.
Yes, Labrador. Those rumors were too strange to ignore. When we entered the park, the atmosphere immediately felt sinister, especially that clown room.
Exactly, Dobie. The entrance to the room was decorated with rusty chains and cracked masks that seemed to watch our every move. We immediately felt that something was very wrong here.
Inside, it was even worse. The walls were covered with faded posters of circus performances that looked like they came from an old nightmare. The air was thick with the smell of mold and decay.
Agreed. There were dolls scattered haphazardly on the floor, looking like they had been thrown in a hurry. And the walls had strange stains that resembled dried blood.
And those eerie clown paintings on the walls. They were painted with such creepy precision that it felt like the clowns were about to come to life. In the corner of the room, we found a huge chest labeled toys. But when we opened it...
Yes, inside were old tattered clown costumes and wigs. And one more thing, a small diary where someone had detailed the disappearances. It was horrifying.
Reading those entries was chilling. They described how the clown lured his victims by offering them a special performance. But none of them ever returned. We knew we had to be extremely careful.
We continued to search the room and found a hidden door behind one of the posters. Behind it was a narrow corridor leading into the darkness. We decided we had to find out what was down there.
The corridor led us to a massive door, which we found out was the dressing room.
It seems this is where the clown turned people into his friends, applying makeup to make them unrecognizable. This explains why no one ever returned. Those who left this room were completely transformed. Even their close friends and family couldn't recognize them. This is pure madness. I'm really nervous too. You never know what's waiting around the next corner, but I think this ramp might be our way out of this level.
Hold on, Labrador. We're taking off. Oh no, What is this darkness?
Hooray! We made it through this level. Thanks for being with us. Stay tuned. There's a lot more exciting stuff ahead. Until next time.
Goodbye, and remember, always hold on tight on those roller coasters of horror.
Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we will be escaping from the evil pot-bellied grandpa.
Yes, hello everyone, Sheriff Labrador. We better keep it down in case he wakes up and whacks us with his cane.
Stupid Dobie, you're yelling louder than me. Look, here's my photo. I'm afraid to think what he did with it.
What are you thinking, Labrador? I think he just printed it out to remember your face. Let's go before dinner time comes and he wakes up.
Let's just jump on his belly instead. You're scared of Dobie again. What can he do to us? His eyes even look in different directions.
Oh no, Labrador, I think we woke him up. Run!
It's okay, Dobie. That old poker is running at a snail's pace. But you'd better hurry up. You're too close to him. Don't fall behind.
I feel uneasy. My tail senses someone about to bite me from behind. The main thing is not to look back.
You're right, but we're almost there. I don't even know why that old man has so many dentures, and why doesn't he clean up the floor? It seems like he's tired of chasing us. Look at these strange photos. Why hang something like this on the wall?
We did it, Sheriff Labrador. Maybe he really loves to look at himself. Although, judging by everything, he hardly ever gets off the couch.
Look! What are those giant boogers on the fork? It doesn't look like broccoli. I hope he didn't bite into them. And there are no teeth of his fallen out inside.
If I'm honest, I adore broccoli. They taste like mushrooms mixed with sea kale. Write in the comments if you like broccoli.
What are you talking about, Dobie? Everyone hates broccoli. Let them rather write what they love to eat the most.
Everyone has different food preferences. If someone likes something that you don't, it doesn't mean that person is strange.
What? Did you see that? Why did I die? I didn't even touch him. Stupid developers. Let's just finish this. Let's calmly walk through these chattering broccoli. See the face of that old man ahead? Just go to him and don't look back.
See that guy? Why is he walking backwards? He's just distracting us. Shoo! I stopped just in time. Spinach almost hit me in the muzzle.
I thought he was really just standing there waiting for us to pass these trials. Turns out he's so crazy he built his own giant iron copy and embedded it in the wall. But even your mom's bigger than him. Ha ha ha.
Watch out not to fall into the lava, Labrador, or you'll roast your sheriff outfit. They won't clean it off like last time when a seagull pooped on you. You tripped over a stone and fell into the city fountain. Ha ha ha.
Why are you speak off the cuff, Dobie? Maybe I should remind you of when you slipped on a piece of pizza and crashed into a lamppost. We had to pay for its repair too.
Very funny. But let's not get distracted, or you'll fall again. Let's ask the guys if they would like to see a video on our channel where we both play The Floor is Lava in Roblox. Write in the comments.
Why are you standing there, you goofball? I've already passed. Let's go further. Ahead of us awaits a conveyor belt with giant falling vegetables. Watch your head.
Once again, we are next to broccoli. Maybe you'll take a bite while you're next to it. I think you'll like it.
Where did you get lost there? Eating your broccoli again? We're in a hurry. Ahead of us is the room where we were at the very beginning, only now we're on top. I knew we just had to climb up to escape from him.
Sorry, they were very tempting. I couldn't resist. Look down. What's that pink stuff all over the floor? Maybe it's gum or jelly?
So, I'm Labrador, and my faithful partner is Dobie, the sheriffs of this wonderful city where something happens every day. But this day was truly special. It all started with rumors of strange experiments conducted in our city by a mad scientist. Everyone was tense, but no one expected that these experiments would lead to such a nightmare. This scientist, lost in the realms of science and madness, decided to experiment on jelly. Yes, you heard it right. On that sticky delicacy that each of us loves. He tried to improve it, making it more elastic. But alas, everything didn't go as planned. In one horrifying moment, there was an explosion that threw the scientist several meters back, and the jelly began to grow at an incredible speed. It covered everything in its path, threatening to flood our city. People ran in terror, screaming and praying for salvation. But I, Labrador, the sheriff of this city, couldn't allow this dreadful jelly to destroy everything we had built for so long. And I knew that my faithful friend Dobie was always by my side, ready to help. We moved forward. Our mission was clear, to stop this jelly at any cost. We swam through this sticky madness, my nose literally getting sucked into it, but we didn't give up. With my unmatched intellect and Dobie's nose, we found what fueled this jelly. Some strange reagent left by the scientist in his madness. We destroyed it, and the jelly began to melt, like falling snow. The city was saved. People came out on the streets again, and Dobie and I were proclaimed heroes of the day. But for us, the real reward was that we saved our beloved city from ruin. Thus ended our most incredible day, full of adventures and dangers. And, although no one will know about it firsthand, we know that we, Labrador and Dobie, the dynamic duo of canine justice, saved the world.
Amazing story, Labrador. Thanks for reminding us of it. But why did you bring a board with you? You can't slide down on it like on a sled.
I brought it for you, Dobie, in case you want to protect your pants.
Ha 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 ha! Very funny. Then let's talk about how you tore your pants when you climbed a tree to rescue a cat. The strangest thing was that the tear was in a very unexpected place. I hope the cat didn't get psychological trauma from what she saw there. Ha ha!
Let's not think about that right now. We're about to reach our main goal, to defeat that cheeky, pot-bellied old man.
Okay, Sheriff Labrador, let's focus on that. The main thing is not to repeat what happened a few minutes ago. Don't fall into the lava, ha ha! Look ahead, there are sod boards. Let me go first. I'm not as fat as you, so they won't break under me.
Look, Dobie, in the distance you can see that old man's lure, a golden prune. Strange choice. Why did he spend a lot of money on a dried fruit statue? Maybe it's because that old man himself looks like a dried fruit.
Why did that guy fall apart? He couldn't handle the upcoming challenge mentally. But I hope we'll succeed, Sheriff Labrador.
Dobie, let's finally finish this. Grab that prune and run. That way, we'll distract him with you, and I'll shoot at him with the bazooka.
Oh no, Labrador! It looks like he's hunting you instead of me. I'll try to distract him somehow.
Don't worry, he's very slow. Just make sure to dodge his big red laser. I don't want to find out how painful that is. It would be nice to have a bazooka like that. It would come in handy for major arrests. It even shoots backwards.
We're almost there. Let's push harder. I wonder how long it took him to make that giant suit and how he got inside it.
Yes, we did it. Great job. The world is saved from the crazy old man. We should celebrate, Dobie.
Hooray! Why did he just sink into the ground? Now that we're done, let me tell everyone an interesting story about how we saved the city from a virus epidemic. It all started on an ordinary morning. I went on duty with my partner, Sheriff Labrador. We noticed a sudden increase in the number of sick animals in the city. They were all complaining of weakness and fever, but no one could understand what was happening. We knew we had to act quickly, or the whole city could fall ill. I called our old friend Professor Ben, who worked in a secret laboratory outside the city. Ben had always been at the forefront of science and technology, and if anyone could help, it was him. "Hi, Dobie," said the professor. "It seems I have something that might help you. We've recently developed special visor glasses that allow you to see viruses in the environment." Labrador and I immediately went to Ben and received these amazing glasses. Putting them on, we saw our city in a completely new light. Viruses were everywhere. In the air, on surfaces, even on people and animals. "We need to find the source of the infection," said Labrador. His tail wagging with excitement, we began surveying the city, looking for clusters of viruses. The visor glasses showed that one of the abandoned houses was teeming with viruses. We cautiously entered and discovered an old laboratory where someone had apparently been conducting dangerous experiments. On a table, we found records indicating that someone had deliberately released the virus into the city. It was unthinkable. We gathered all the evidence and returned to the city to warn everyone and start cleaning the infected areas. "We need to isolate the infected and disinfect everything they might have touched," I ordered, and Labrador set out to coordinate the actions of the residents. Together with Professor Ben, we set up purification stations throughout the city. The residents, realizing the seriousness of the situation, began to help us. Labrador and I patrolled the streets, ensuring that everyone was safe. After several days of hard work, we finally managed to get the epidemic under control. The viruses disappeared, and our city became healthy and safe again. "You did a great job, Dobie," said Professor Ben, patting me on the shoulder. "Without you and Labrador, we couldn't have handled it so quickly." "It's our job," I replied modestly, looking at our beautiful city. "We're always here to protect those we care about." So, with the help of new technologies and a team of friends, we were able to save our city from an invisible threat. The visor glasses became a symbol of our victory over the epidemic, reminding everyone that even ordinary law enforcers can do great things.
Great story, Dobie, but it's time to say goodbye. We still have to save the world in real life. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. If you want us to play the scariest map in Roblox, leave a comment.
Goodbye, everyone.
Dobie, look at this. A new mode in Roblox. Stepfather's house. Judging by the description, it's a real horror. You'll definitely like it.
Sounds creepy. Let's give it a try, Sheriff. What do we have to lose?
Hello, subscribers. We have arrived at our stepfather's creepy house. I hope this horror game is really scary. I love scary quests. As I read, only 5% of people have completed this mode. It's very creepy.
Yes, guys. Hello, everyone. Labrador, I'm feeling uneasy. Maybe we should try another mode? My friend said they couldn't sleep at night because they played this mode.
Are you ready for a real survival challenge? Let's dive into this atmosphere of horror and adrenaline together.
We just entered this gloomy house, and I already feel chills running down my spine. The house looks very realistic and scary, with dark corners and strange sounds coming from everywhere. Our task will be to survive here, despite all the dangers that might be lurking around.
So, the main idea of the mode is this. We are in our stepfather's house, who is still behaving normally for now. However, soon a mysterious hypnotist arrives, who turns our stepfather into a real monster. Our goal is to survive, avoiding him and finding food and water to keep our strength up.
When the hypnotist appears, the most terrifying part begins. Our stepfather changes right before our eyes. His face becomes rigid, and his eyes are filled with rage. From this moment on, the house turns into a real battlefield for survival. We must move quietly and cautiously to avoid attracting his attention.
The house has numerous rooms, each of which can conceal both dangers and life-saving resources. In the kitchen, we can find food. In the pantry, water. But all this needs to be obtained quietly because every step we take can attract the attention of our stepfather. Our actions must be carefully planned out.
We've found several strategies that have helped us survive. For example, hiding in closets or under beds when we hear our stepfather's footsteps. We also try to take food and water in small portions to avoid leaving traces. Our main goal is not to be caught and to hold out for as long as possible.
The most interesting thing about this mode is the constant tension. You never know when the stepfather will appear around the corner or when your food supply will run out. Dobie and I have learned to work as a team to cope with these challenges. One of us keeps watch while the other gathers resources. This way, we've managed to survive longer.
Moreover, the house is full of mysteries and hidden places. We've discovered secret passages and hideouts that have helped us avoid dangers. This makes the game even more engaging and immersive. Every time we open a new room, there's something new waiting for us.
Dobie, I understand you're not afraid anymore, right? You always go first, and my character is already very tired. It seems like we need to turn off all the lights in the house, so he'll think we've gone to bed. But we're not going to sleep, are we, Dobie? We're not little anymore.
Okay, let's go watch the news on TV. That person who came to our father looked very scary. I hope he's just a regular passerby and not a hypnotist.
Do you see? This is an urgent message from the FBI. They want to tell us something. Oh no, not this. It's a message about that hypnotist. Dobie, stop. Don't go there.
We need to help him. I'll go and help our father. After all, we must save him. We're like sheriffs.
Dobie, stop. I said, it's written here that he can't be saved anymore. Everyone who looks into his eyes gets hypnotized. There's no way to help him now, but we can save him by living in his house and guarding him. After all, we're sheriff brothers. I believe in us and that we can save him and stop the evil hypnotist.
It's awful. Has our father turned evil because of the hypnosis?
Yes, it seems so. And the scariest part is, they warn that our father's house has become a dangerous place. We need to be careful if we decide to go there.
You're right. We have to do something. Our father is in danger.
You're right, Dobie. We can't just sit back and do nothing, but we have to be extremely cautious. It seems that to survive in this house, we'll need to be very quiet. Father has become sensitive to noise. We must walk quietly, eat and drink water quietly, even fix the generator quietly to have light and electricity. Alarm, 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 Dobie! He's coming to us! Quickly lie down and close the door. If Father comes and sees that we're not asleep, he might kill us.
Quiet, 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 Labrador. He might hear us. Or is he deaf? Hey, can you hear me? He seems to be deaf and doesn't hear voices. We're very lucky. I hope he won't come to us a second time. I remembered another similar situation. Labrador, you'll remember it too. It was a dark night when Labrador and I heard strange sounds coming from the hospital on the outskirts of town. We decided to investigate and headed there to find out what was going on.
Approaching the hospital, we noticed that all the windows were covered with thick fabric and the doors seemed to be locked. But we managed to find a way inside through the back door, which was open.
As we cautiously made our way through the hospital corridors, our noses began to tell us that something was amiss. Suddenly, out of the darkness, a huge skunk in a bandit mask leaped at us. It made us wonder, why was he here?
The skunk turned out to be a nasty bandit who wanted to force everyone out of the hospital. He stunk it up with his terrible odor. But we weren't about to leave. Instead, we decided to confront this villain.
We had to use all of our skills and cunning to stand up to this villain. We fought him despite his foul attacks, and eventually managed to force him to leave the hospital.
The skunk was caught, and the hospital was saved from his evil plans. Dobie and I realized that even in the darkness of night, justice always prevails when there are true sheriffs ready to defend their town. Dobie, remember that tough battle with the hypnotist snake? Those memories will always live in our hearts.
Of course, Labrador, it was a tough fight. The hypnotist snake was a true master of hypnosis. She robbed banks, created chaos, and terrorized our town, and we fought her quite unsuccessfully.
I remember standing against her, our eyes burning with determination, but her power was too great. She ensnared us with her hypnotic loops, and we felt our thoughts slipping away from our control.
We tried to resist her, Labrador, believe me, but when you see your friends and neighbors under her influence, your strength wanes. You don't know what to do.
You speak truly, Dobie. We felt our struggle was hopeless, but we didn't give up. We gathered all our strength, skills, and wisdom to find a way to defeat this villain.
And though that time we couldn't overcome the hypnotist snake, we didn't abandon our mission. We continued to train, hone our skills, and prepare ourselves for the next encounter. We know that one day we will defeat her and restore peace to our town.
But we didn't give up, Dobie. We knew our town needed us, and one fine day we devised a plan to catch that snake.
Yes, Labrador, we created a trap that would attract her attention. We placed a fake safe filled with aromatic bones right in the town square and waited.
It didn't take a day for the hypnotist snake to spot our trap and succumb to temptation. She approached the safe, and at that moment, we closed her inside.
We were sure victory was ours, Labrador, but she demonstrated her cunning and strength once again, trying to escape. However, thanks to our teamwork and careful planning, we were able to finally capture her.
And so, at last, the hypnotist snake was caught and brought to justice. We restored peace and tranquility to our town, and all the residents were grateful to us. It was a tough but crucial moment in our history. I remembered a moment in the life of Sheriff Labrador. It was an ordinary day when suddenly a call came in. The voice on the other end of the line conveyed information that one of the patients from the psychiatric clinic had escaped. Sensing the tension instantly, I called my faithful partner, Dobie, and we headed to the clinic. Upon arrival, we were greeted by hustle and bustle. After receiving additional information about the escapee, we began the hunt. Driving through the streets of the town, we searched every corner, hoping to find some trace that would lead us to him. Soon, we received information that someone had seen the patient near the forested area. We immediately headed in that direction. Upon arrival, we began searching the surroundings, following faint hints of his presence. Feeling the tension and adrenaline, we made our way through dense bushes and trees, trying to find the patient. And then, after a few minutes, we found him sitting on the ground, clenching his fists and breathing heavily.
We approached slowly, maintaining calmness and confidence. I spoke to him in a soft voice, trying to calm him down and convince him to return to the clinic. My speech was filled with compassion and understanding, and I did everything possible to make the patient feel safe. With Sheriff Labrador's help, we persuaded him to return, promising that he would receive the necessary help and care. We escorted him back to the clinic, where he was received by medical professionals.
Dobie, I think it's time we check the cameras again. Remember, our goal is to find Father and avoid falling under his influence.
Understood, Labrador. I'm already checking the cameras on the second floor. I don't see anything yet. But it's so strange. How could Father fall under the hypnotist's influence?
It's indeed a mystery, Dobie. But right now, our task is to survive and prevent him from finding us. He's likely to head to the kitchen soon.
We need to be ready for that. We have food and water supplies in the hideout, but I'm afraid they're running low.
Don't worry, Dobie, we'll manage. We can survive on these supplies for some time yet. The main thing is not to panic.
Understood, Labrador. I still can't believe how we ended up in this situation. But you're right. Panicking will only hinder us.
Oh no! He's running towards us. And I forgot to drink water and have a snack. Looks like we're done for, Dobie. Thanks everyone for watching this stream.
I've already lost. I'll try again next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Hi guys, it's Sheriff Labrador and Sheriff Dobie again. Today we jumped into the Roblox game mode, Mr. Yummy's Supermarket. We're in for an incredible adventure. Hi Dobie.
Hi, Labrador. Hi to all our viewers. Yes, Mr. Yummy has locked us inside his supermarket because he needs customers. Our task is to escape by overcoming 24 fun and colorful parkour obstacle stages.
Sounds cool. Shall we start? Look, the first stage is giant shelves of products. We need to climb them and reach the exit.
Great, Labrador. I'm ready. Let's start with jumping onto these cereal boxes. Jumping. Ooh, I'm on the first shelf. Your turn.
Jumping. Done. I'm on the shelf too. Look, next is a zone with rolling carts. We need to run past them without getting caught.
Oh, this won't be easy. All right, waiting for the right moment and run. I made it. How about you?
Yes, I made it too. Now, ahead is a conveyor belt with food. We need to jump over it to continue.
Let's go. I'll jump first. Got it. Now you, Labrador.
Jumping. Done. Look, next is a huge freezer. We need to be careful not to slip on the ice.
Right, let's go slowly and carefully. Moving. Great, we passed it. Now, there's a zone with giant fruits in front of us. We need to jump over them.
Okay, I'll start. Jumping and jumping again. Phew, I'm on the other side. Your turn, Dobie.
Jumping? Great, I'm here too. Look, there's a checkout area ahead with Mr. Yummy. We need to run past him to get out.
Dobie, look, we ended up in Mr. Yummy's Supermarket mode in Roblox. We have to complete the parkour to escape from this crazy manager.
Yes, Labrador, I see. This store is so big and full of obstacles. Mr. Yummy definitely doesn't want us to get out of here. What should we do first?
Look, there are huge shelves of products ahead. We need to climb them to reach the upper floor. Jumping onto the first shelf. Phew, I'm up. Now you, Dobie.
Jumping. Great, I'm here too. I see a conveyor belt with rolling carts. We need to jump over it to avoid getting run over.
Okay, Dobie, jumping over the belt. Phew, made it. Now your turn.
Jumping. Got it. Now look, there's a section with refrigerators ahead. We need to be careful not to slip on the ice.
Let's go slowly to avoid falling. Walking. Great, we made it. Look, there's a zone with giant fruits ahead. We need to jump over them.
Yes, this will be tricky. Jumping onto the first fruit, now the second. Phew, I did it. Your turn, Labrador.
Jumping? Great, I'm here too. Now what?
I see the checkout area and Mr. Yummy. We need to sneak past him without getting caught.
Dobie, do you remember how we found out about Mr. Yummy's Supermarket? It turns out he's not just a seller. He kidnaps people.
Yes, Labrador, how could I forget? It was 2 weeks ago. We received several reports of missing people, all last seen at this supermarket. We decided to check it out and ended up in his trap ourselves.
As soon as we went inside, the doors locked automatically and the lights started flickering. I immediately knew something was wrong. I remember seeing Mr. Yummy. He was smiling, but there was an evil glint in his eyes.
He said that customers never leave his store because he needs more people for his collection. It was clear that we had to find an exit quickly. First, we headed to the back door, but it was also locked.
Then we realized we had to go through the entire store, overcoming obstacles. The first thing we saw was huge shelves of products standing like a maze. We started making our way through them.
Yes, we jumped from shelf to shelf, trying not to fall. At one point, one of the shelves started shaking, and boxes of cereal began to fall. We had to dodge quickly.
Next, we faced conveyor belts with rolling carts. We jumped over them, trying not to get caught under the wheels. It wasn't easy, but we managed.
After that, we entered the freezer. It was very cold, and the floor was slippery. We moved slowly to avoid falling and slipping on the ice.
After getting through the freezer, we found ourselves in a zone with giant fruits. They were rolling right at us. We had to jump over them and dodge to avoid being hit.
And finally, we reached the checkout area. Mr. Yummy was standing there, watching us. He tried to stop us, but we were faster.
We waited for him to get distracted and quickly ran past him. Dobie, do you remember how we ran outside and the door slammed shut behind us?
Of course, Labrador. It was a real ordeal, but we made it out. Now we know that Mr. Yummy Supermarket is not just a store. It's a real trap.
We saved many people by telling them about this place. I hope no one else falls into this trap. If you ever hear about Mr. Yummy's Supermarket, stay away.
Yes, friends, be careful. And always check where you're going shopping. That's all for now. See you in our next adventures.
Dobie, remember how we started preparing for the launch of our rocket to Mars 2 weeks ago? It was incredible.
Of course, Labrador. It was such an exciting time. We spent months preparing, training, and planning. Tell me, how did it all begin?
It started when we received a grant from the International Space Agency to build our rocket. We worked day and night to gather all the necessary parts and equipment. I remember setting up the main rocket on the launch pad. It was unforgettable.
Yes, I remember that moment. We did everything possible to ensure the rocket was fully prepared. All our systems were checked, and we made sure all equipment was functioning properly. Finally, launch day arrived.
On launch day, everything seemed surreal. A huge crowd of journalists, scientists, and curious onlookers gathered to witness our historic moment. We were a bit nervous, but also incredibly excited.
I remember putting on our spacesuits and taking our positions in the rocket. The control team started the countdown. 10, 9, 8. My heart was pounding.
7, 6, 5. The rocket began to hum and vibrate. I thought to myself, this is it, we're going to Mars. 4, 3, 2. We exchanged a glance and I saw the same determination in your eyes that I felt myself.
1. Lift off! The rocket sharply surged upwards, pressing us into our seats. I looked out the window, watching Earth gradually recede. It was an incredible sight.
The first few minutes were the most intense. We passed through the atmosphere and entered space. Weightlessness was an amazing feeling. We began checking the systems to ensure everything was working properly.
The journey to Mars took several months. We conducted experiments, trained, and prepared for landing. Remember how every day we looked at Mars, which grew larger and larger?
Absolutely, it was amazing. We landed on Mars exactly as planned. When we took our first step on the Martian surface, I felt overwhelming pride. We became the first dog explorers on this planet.
We set up a base, deployed scientific equipment, and began our research. Our discoveries could change humanity's understanding of space and potential life on other planets.
That's how our investigation went. We even encountered aliens there. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss. Dobie, have you seen what's happening? A volcano has erupted in our town. But it's not an ordinary volcano. It's a candy volcano.
Labrador, this is madness. How can a volcano erupt candies? This has to be something completely unbelievable.
I can't believe it myself. Candies are flying everywhere, as if someone spilled its entire sweet supply.
But how could this happen? Maybe it's some kind of scientific experiment or a prank by a crazy scientist.
Maybe, Dobie. But first, we need to ensure the safety of the residents. Let's quickly organize an evacuation and coordinate with the emergency services.
Agreed, Labrador. We must make sure no one is harmed by this unusual event. Everyone needs to be alert and prepared for any developments.
Look, Dobie, people have already started gathering these candies. It seems to be some new form of entertainment for them. But we need to make sure the volcano poses no danger.
Yes, Labrador. Perhaps we should call in experts to study this volcano. We need to understand how this happened and what to do next.
Wow, Dobie, I hope it's mostly harmless, but let's stay cautious. A candy volcano in our town is not something you see every day.
Exactly, Labrador. Let's act decisively and prioritize the safety of our townspeople. This could be a unique event in our town's history.
Absolutely right, Dobie. Let's start by evacuating people from the risk zone and at the same time begin collecting and analyzing samples of these candies. We'll keep the situation under control and ensure the town's safety.
Great plan, Labrador. Hopefully we can quickly solve the mystery of this candy volcano and return our town to normal life.
Yes, Dobie, let's work together to unravel this candy volcano mystery. Our town is depending on us.
The next day, we called our friend, the giant elf, who ate all the candies and moved into the volcano. Now, it's his new home, guarding it and preventing the candy volcano from erupting again.
Dobie, this is the craziest day in my sheriff career. Who would have thought we'd be caught up in such an incredible adventure at Mr. Tasty's supermarket?
Labrador, you're right. This store is like a trap for sweet tooths. All these candies and narrow aisles, I can barely figure out how we ended up here.
Seems like Mr. Tasty isn't as innocent a shopkeeper as we thought. He locked us inside to use us as customers, but he won't get away with it for long.
Look, Labrador, those police officers, they've come here to arrest Mr. Tasty. Hopefully, they'll help us get out of here.
Ahead lie many more adventures, Dobie, but the main thing is that we managed to get out of there safely. Next time, we'll remember that not all supermarkets are as they seem at first glance. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time.